Hello everybody. This is gonna be the video about the new moon that's coming up in Leo. We talked about this for over a month ago, about exactly this moment. What it is, what's going on. This is a very special new moon. That is the place where the sun, Mars, and the moon's gonna be together, and they're gonna trigger and push the both sides of the energies within the warrior. Who is the warrior though? The warrior is Mars, but who is the warrior about you? That's the person inside. That is your driven. That is your power of you to go ahead and navigate through your ways of life. Right now, the Mars it's gonna be in Leo. Mars actually rules Aries, but during this period, Mars is gonna be squaring Uranus, and Uranus is in the last degree of Aries. And Uranus, to remind you, represents the universe. And you will be going to stand against that part. A lot of the people right now, even looking at it throughout what's going on within the Facebook, the ego responses, the ego energy just it's rising up like crazy. It's normal simply because the sun just moved into Leo. Currently the sun is in 0 degrees 30 minutes in Leo. We have a Mars at 1 degree 43 minutes in Leo. The moon, however, it's still in 27 degrees 11 minutes in Cancer. The moon, when it makes its transition into begin that new moon right now, that new lesson, it brings the sadness from the last lesson that was at what is your family. And the lesson of this new moons, actually, there's gonna be some 2 new moons this month. They're both gonna be into Leo. So this one is very powerful, and it's gonna be connected with your inner fights. But your inner fights, you to see the past, you to oversee what happened, you to see what's going on, you to see your growth, and you to see how did you react and what do you need to do in order to become more wise, and what do you need to do in order you to become the royal. You to understand that the attention it's not always has to be the same as Leo. Me, I am the king. You need to bow in front of me. I'm always right. I'm never wrong. And that part of the ego needs to be learned. What's going on right now in this case, in this situation? We have the moon that it's in Gemini, and there's gonna be this duality inside about the love of what's going on. And when the moon comes in, it will triggers an emotions within the love. Currently, the North Node it's also on Leo. It's 24 degrees, and you have this 60 degrees sextile with Venus, simply because it's to trigger that love, the way it's coming up into. There is this trine between Venus and Jupiter, which is very important. It is about love. You to face your duality and to find your true love. And that's why that new moon right now in Leo, it's gonna prepare you to move. I will, if it have to be explained this new moon the best way, go watch the video again of the whole movie of Lion King. The beginning of the movie, it's when the small Simba, the cub, actually got abandoned, got hurt. He was blamed for his father's death, and he had to go around to evolve, to move, to learn from the best teachers, which is the universe brought it to him. That was Timon and Pumbaa, and that was the part that we actually going to experience now. During that new moon is going to be that lesson that the universe is going to bring the people. And when the new moon becomes a full moon in Aquarius, you will facing your challenge. The same way Simba faced his challenge to grow, to become what he is, and to have that message from the universe as his father appeared from the sky, and he felt that power to go ahead and do the right things. But it's all evolved with the love. And that part will become again when the whole moon is gonna finish the cycle, and during the eclipse we're going to have another new moon, and that new moon is gonna be the time when Simba actually made the decision to become the warrior himself. You can't expect someone to do the fight for you if you are not ready to do the fight for yourself. And this is going to be that inner charge of the warrior inside of you. You to do the right things. You to be where you need to be. You to do the right things. And the universe is going to put in perspective all these bad situations for your own good. And that's why a lot of the people right now there, what's going on with these crazy energies, why it's all like this. It is like this because there is this a fire trine right now, which is made by Uranus, Mercury, and Saturn. And now, when we're talking about the Mars and the Sun come together, and the moon is going to join them, this is going to be so much firepower inside, simply because we are going to have 6 powerful planets in the fire signs. We have 2 of the love signs there in the air. So this is going to be fire, air, and the 2 of the planets, that's going to be a Neptune and Pluto, is both retrograde, and they're in a very beautiful sextile. They're in Earth and water. Simply so we can understand that we have to move. We have to increase this power of change that we're going to have. And that's what this new moon is going to be present. You to change. You're not in a place where you need to be. You're not in the right spot you need to be. You're not in the right learning. And this is for the people who feel guilty, for people who are stuck in situations, people who are stuck into the past. They are always reliving the same thing over and over and over. This is about this energy to break you, to twist the part, and it's like, okay, it's time for you to stop suffering. It's time for you to learn to live. And it's time for you to grow. It's time for you to be what you are meant to be, about your destiny. And that's what this video is about. You to get yourself prepared for it. Tomorrow and the beginning of the next few days, when the new moon is going to be in effect and force and more powerful, you will see this energy shift. the energy will shift from Leo, it's gonna go to Virgo, where you're gonna learn how to put things in order. Once you put the things in order, then it's gonna be your part of a relationship, your partnership where it needs to be. After that, you will see the part of where whatever you doesn't work for you, it doesn't exist anymore for you, which is gonna be a Scorpio. You're gonna be have this desire to remove this part simply because they don't serve you where you need to be, and you will feel this because this is gonna be a first quarter moon. It's gonna be squaring the sun, and when the new moon energy squares the sun, it is like it's gonna be a tensions. Then the moon is gonna be going to the Sagittarius. You to look at it the perspective. Okay, I need to talk about this. I need to learn with the communication. I need to fix that. This and this is not proper way. I need to connect with this. I need to connect these dots. And then the moon, it's gonna beginning to gain its force as a full moon. It's gonna move into Capricorn, and it's gonna be for you, okay, it's time for me to perform. It's time for me to go ahead and perform. And if I don't have the right performance and something stopping me, I have to become what I am, a rebel. And that I am rebel part is gonna be when the moon is gonna opposing the sun in Aquarius. And this is going to be the lesson of it, of what's the proper way it's going to be. You to rebel inside of yourself, to become your true self, your higher self. You to become this mighty warrior. Because that mighty warrior has to become the king, to rule a kingdom, your kingdom. Your inner family kingdom for you. And this is going to be the hard part, because if you're not in the right place, if you're not in the right situation, the universe wants to break everything so you can be in the right place. And that's why you will feel like the whole universe go against you. The part of it, it's the energy will feel so strong about rising your ego. And you gotta be careful when people respond, that people are reacting on the force of ego. You have to be able to become this wise warrior, not to attach into the ego, because there's gonna be some triggers for you. There's gonna be those triggers, they're gonna trigger you, they're gonna put you to this place. That you want to punish people, you want to tell them the thing that your ego later on will pay for it. So that's the main lesson of that new moon. And when we have the next new moon comes in Leo, we're gonna be asking about a proper way of to responding into it. With that, I hope you get this a little bit. I will talk more about what's coming up in the next week about in the astrology report, but that's gonna be tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that helps you out. Be love.